This is the OPPO Find X9 Ultra. 5 cameras, 8 Hasselblad lenses, and a claim that could really push this phone into one of the best performing smartphone cameras to date. So that's why we're at the zoo today, because wildlife photography is one of the toughest photography genres for any camera systems. Your subject doesn't wait, and the light changes every few minutes. We'll be testing out OPPO's claim for ultra-clear photos and videos for all focal length within these categories. Before we start, let's have a look at the beautiful upgraded design. The back of this phone is vegan leather, and you can see OPPO and Hasselblad logos side by side. Their partnership has existed for a few generations, but this one's the most serious iteration yet. They're calling it the Hasselblad Master camera system. Since we're doing wildlife photography, which is a real-life scenario, the 10x optical zoom will be the main workhorse for this project. We're trying to take photos of the animals without entering their space and spooking them. That will be our goal for today. The weather today is perfect to capture lots of different things. Fur, feathers, ripples of water, and just trying to highlight all the animals that we have here. And I think that's a good way to test out the capabilities of this camera over here, from the telephoto to the main camera to the pro modes and so on and so forth. He heard me. He's like inching away. Please don't. That is worse than a heartbreak. Naeem doesn't really know how to interact with animals, making them all fly away, which is really bad on his image as a photographer because he's supposed to know what he's doing. Right off the bat on the main camera, starting from 23mm, and I'll go for standard mode first just to see what the default gives you. Okay, the first thing I notice every single time with this phone is that the color is what's governing the processing. And it does something really specific. It resists the urge to make the photo look overly saturated. When reviewing the images, it's super duper sharp from the center all the way to the edges. I can see the details on the eyes, beaks, and feathers of this peacock over here. When I'm zooming in on the feathers on the edges of the photo, there is an ever so slight fuzziness on the edges, but it's still one of the sharpest images I've seen on a smartphone camera. And if you can see, the subject isolation in this image is fantastic. And we're not even hitting portrait mode yet. From the head of the peacock to the feathers to the bricklaying on the floor, it's easy to see this image as separate layers coming together into one really pretty image. Really, really good subject isolation. The main camera comes with Luma low light, which is supposed to give you clean shadows with no artificial smoothing. And I'm going to try it out with these porcupines in the shade right now. So I'm going to go over at 10x. And then I'm going to take a photo right there. And then the air processing is going to kick in a little bit. And I think that already the HDR is amazing. Now that the processing has fully kicked in, I can see the details on the concrete, the hair, and the object separation a lot better. And even the colors are just spectacular. There's something interesting in the main camera mode is when you point to a subject and you zoom in to like 6x or 10x, you can actually see that the background blurs into almost a portrait mode. And you don't even have to change it. So that goes, I think, to F1 point something, correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't even have to change modes for this, and I think that's really interesting. It could be optical, but object separation and hair strands are amazing, and I haven't even gone into portrait mode yet. Oh, you're it's really beautiful. I've just taken a photo at 230mm, 10x of a bird up there, and I can see the details on all of his fur, feathers, really well. In the 50 megapixel mode, it has a focal length that goes all the way up to 230mm. First of all, what? Second of all, there's no teleconverter attachment needed. OPPO is claiming 20x optical stabilization at this focal length, which we need to verify because in practice, that's a huge number. This is kind of a terrible compression test, but bear with me. The camera can go from 14mm all the way up to 2758mm, and that's just so insane. Watch what I'm doing here. Okay, ready? One of them would look at me. It worked earlier. And I'm really excited about the 200 megapixels because, oh my god, look at that cropping and how detailed this image is. Like, okay, there's so much to digest here in this image. Look at the ripples of the water, the birds at the back and the foliage of the trees. It retains so much information that sometimes my computer is lagging just to load this specific image. I think for landscape or wildlife photography, this 200 megapixel camera is just a treat to play with, especially when trying to capture things in real time. And now a quick eye test with the 200 megapixel 3x telephoto. That's just so crazy. You can see the details in the iris, the beautiful colors around the eyes, the feathers, and the texture of the, I don't even know what to call it, like skin. The object separation and all the details in the beaks is just Wow, with just a little bit of editing, the details in this photo just become so much more clearer. I can even see myself in the reflection of the eye. Dude, that's insane, what the hell? That's freaky, that is so freaky. Going up to 230mm right now at 10x. I can't really see the birds very well, but the great thing is OPPO has this thing. This is a 300mm lens that we're gonna put on top of the 230mm lens that's already on the phone. So you do the math, we'll see the results. The 300mm lens takes telephoto photography to another level because not only does it retain the sharpness of a real telephoto lens, it also retains the optical feel of a telephoto lens in a smartphone camera. For example, this bird over here was posing for me because he stood so still and I was able to capture his entire body all the way up to the details in his eyes. And I think also the colors are just beautiful. The oranges, the greens, it's very vibrant and vivid. Very beautiful. And because the image is so sharp and clear, even with just a little bit of editing, like bringing up the exposure and bringing up the contrast, this already looks like a magazine photo. Jumping into telemacro at 10x, the details are absolutely crazy. I think the details on this insect's fur, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know the correct term, is almost mind-boggling. I love the colors in this photo. It's very vivid. The greens and the yellows is just very striking and very pleasing to me. And I think there is some evidence of haloing on the legs and antenna, which is okay to me. It's not true optical. But when I go into the photo of this flower, however, the halo isn't very noticeable. And again, the details is fantastic. The colors is wonderful as well. And I just love it. And this little portrait mode thing in the photo mode actually goes even further because look at these results. The portrait mode on this phone is by the new generation True Color camera. Hasselblad's system for accurate skin tone rendering across different light conditions, and it's designed mainly for humans, but let's see how it does with animals. So these tests are about the Hasselblad's processing system specifically, not just the hardware. The colors are fantastic and the details are extremely sharp. I can see the droplets of water on top of the scales of this snake over here, and one interesting thing is that it's able to capture the blues in the snake skin incredibly well, which I didn't even notice when I see it with my own real eyes. It was only after I took this photo that I realized that some parts of the scales was blue. So I think for the True Color camera, it's fantastic. This is also another example when you can see that I'm switching from the main camera portrait mode to the actual portrait mode, where the bokeh in the background feels very pleasant. There's also a bit of bokeh on the foreground, putting the spotlight on the snake as the true subject of the image. So I'm testing out the 10x on the normal photo mode, portraits, and Hasselblad high-res mode to test out how they are. So right now I'm at 1x and I'm zooming in at 10x now. Gorgeous on the photo mode. Going into the portraits, this is 1x, 23mm, until 10x at 230mm. Still so beautiful. And now going to the 50 megapixels, this is 1x and then this is 10x. So because it's optical, I have to move further away to get into focus for these reptiles, to get into the textures right. Still so beautiful. Normal mode, portrait mode. And this is the 50 megapixel. So normal, portrait, 50 megapixels. I think the portrait mode really nails it out of the park with this one. Oh, the processing just kicked in. Oh my God. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Video on the Find X9 Ultra has one important thing that I want to lead with because it's insane. Every single lens on the back camera can shoot 4K 120 FPS or 8K 30 FPS Dolby Vision. That includes 0.6x, 1x, 2x, 3x, all the way up to 20x. You can move through the entire zoom range while recording, and each lens will output the same quality. There's also rock-steady stabilization, which helps make the footage extremely stable when moving around or tracking subjects, or in my case, it really helps with my shaky hands. These are some log video samples from Omar. You can see that the camera performs exceptionally well in low light, the noise levels are barely noticeable, and the colors of the grading is very vibrant and beautiful. Back to some log samples from the Zoo, it also performs really well in broad, harsh daylight with beautiful colors, details, and sharpness. And if you want beautiful color graded footage, you should check out our Kodak Dusklet down in the description below. Let me get this straight. The Find X9 Ultra is an incredible camera phone. A breaking news, a depressed photographer goes outside for the first time and tastes the sunlight. He finds that life is beautiful and worth living. So they're right, if you're sad, just don't be. The 10x optical zoom built into the body is probably one of the biggest reasons to get this phone if you care about smartphone photography. We've shot it in many different settings, and to me, it's pretty incredible. And throughout the time, I didn't have to move into people's or animal spaces to get into the shot I wanted. Even with the 200 megapixel 3x telephoto being the largest telephoto sensor on any phone right now,
it really shows. Exceptional main camera with an impressive video system, and if that's not enough, they also have a teleconverter for serious shooters.
But honestly, we're really impressed even without the teleconverter. If you want to find out more about this device, there's a link in the description box below. And if you want to find out more about the settings we've used for the shots we've shown today, whether it's about shutter speed, aperture, or how we shot it, let us know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.